The whole situation was in stages, and I remember this was in the beginning when I was young, that I told you, and now when I find myself when I was 13 or 14, it was a place in Israel that called Bet Roter, near my home, and my father went there and convinced the people there that I'm going to do a show, first one-man show of mine when I was 13 or 14. And it was all the drawing that I done in Jerusalem and Jaffa and all the stuff. I remember him go and cut the wood and fix it with the old frame and show me there. It was a center for a lot of sports stuff and everything, and he was putting me there and show me, and was very excited. Also, in that place was a painter that called, Israeli painter that called Okshi, a Yemeni painter, and he signed me to go and learn and draw with and I remember I find myself very young and draw models, and this was the beginning of me. I was so excited, and my father done with all the drawing that I learned in that particular place, and he done a show there, and all my neighbors would say, wow, what a talent they came, and it made me so happy that art is my things to do, you know. And then the next thing is that when I was supposed to go, before I go to the army, you know, in Israel you have to do army 3 years, my father signed me to an academia in Bat Yam, near Tel Aviv, and I used to go every night to learn there, and I was supposed to go to the army. So my father went and fight. I remember I used to go during the day to the army, and then in certain time I go to learn for 4 or 5 hours, and then come back to the army, and they allowed me to do that. And you know, in the beginning of the army, you have to do 3 months tironut. It means like you have to go and fight and learn how to use weapon and everything. And even in that, I think I was one of the only soldier that they allowed him to go and be in the school, even during that time. They don't allow you to go out. But my father fight, he said, yes, so much talent. My father was always behind me and done that. Even before, when I went to school, when they asked me to go to high school, my mother said, what are you going to do? He's like, painting is not he's not going to learn anything, it's not a business. And my father fight and put me in a school that was a high school that was architecture and art together. And this is what I done for 4 years after the high school. So my father recognized the talent from early age. And I could say another story that I think is amazing how it started. I was 5 years old, and one day I ran back home crying from the kindergarten, and my father said, "How possible my son ran we were living very close, but 400 meters alone? He go back." And he go back to the kindergarten, and he asked, "What's happened?" So the woman that ran this place said, he is bothering the teacher that teach art. She said she give an idea what to do, but all the time he just draw the same things and bother other people and do the same things like automatic circle, like again and again and again. And she hit me with on my finger. It was in that time allowed. She take a metal and she hit me on the finger, and I cry and I left. My father fight for 2 years. And in the end, he took all of this drawing of mine, I have them until today, to a psychology. And he said, you know, He is an artist because it's automatic drawing. It's very obsessive, the same thing, like a black sun, and a black sun. And you fight, and he fight against the things, and he was able to fire this director of the things after so many years, and they done a law that you cannot hit children. And when I interviewed, when I had a show in the Tel Aviv Museum, they brought that drawing on the spot. It was a very, very much like a closed circle. So my father recognized that from first, when I was 5 or 6 years old. That's automatic, that's something that you're born with. That's what I always said.